doing our second practice test of the channel, practice test number 8, and we're only going to be doing the math sections once again. And on this episode, we'll be tackling Module 1, the first part of it, around 17 questions, so stick along and see how you do. Okay, starting with question 1. A bus is traveling at a constant speed along a straight portion of a road. The equation d is equal to 30t gives the distance d in feet from a road marker that the bus will be t seconds after passing the marker. How many feet from the marker will the bus be 2 seconds after passing the marker? Okay, it's a very simple question. You have d equals 30t, as shown above, and it's saying how many feet will be passed after 2 seconds, so that's going to be 60 feet. Question number 2, for a particular machine that produces beads 29 out of every 100 beads it produces will have a defect. A bead produced by the machine will be selected at random. What is the probability of selecting a bead that has a defect? So remember, 29 out of every 100 will have a defect, so that is literally our answer. Option choice C. Remember, these tests start out super easy, progressively gets harder, so you ready for that? What is the y-intercept of the graph shown? Okay, y-intercept, that's when x is equal to 0. This is the x at 0. We have 0.08. Remember, don't pick 80 or negative 80. Be very careful that your x-intercept or your y-intercept has an x value of 0. So these would be automatically incorrect without even looking at a graph. Which expression is equivalent to this as shown above? We find our common terms. We have 2x squared and x squared, so 3x squared. We have x and 6x, so we have 7x. And we have negative 9 and 1, so we have negative 8. Looking at our answer choices, this gives us answer choice D. Okay. Now moving on, we have number 5. An analyst collects data on the price of a carton of grape tomatoes at 30 locations selected at random in Utah. The mean price of the carton of grape tomatoes in Utah was estimated to be $4.23 with an associated margin of error of 8 cents. Which of the following is a plausible statement about the mean price of a carton of grape tomatoes for all locations that sell this product in Utah? Okay, so remember, margin of error gives the range that the value can be within. So this will be 431 and 415 just because this value of 423 has a margin of error of plus or minus 0.08. Because when it says margin of error, it's above and below. So looking at our answer choices, it is greater than $4.31. That's not very plausible because it's most likely going to be within this range. It's not below that $4.15 lower benchmark, and it is not less than or greater than that. Most plausible choice is between $4.15 and $4.31. Okay, question number 6. What is the value of x? What value of x is the solution to the given equation? Okay, so we're just simply moving this over to this side with subtraction. So x is equal to 2.8 minus 2.6, so x is equal to 0.2. Question 7. Out of 300 seeds that were planted, 80% sprouted. How many of these seeds sprouted? Okay. So 300 times, we convert 80% into a decimal, 0.8. And that will give you the number of seeds that were sprouted. So use your calculator for this. I'm not going to because I don't have it on me right now, but we know 0.8 is equal to 4 over 5. So this is equal to 60, which is equal to 240. And that's your answer for that question. Okay. For the linear function f, b is a constant, and f of 7 is equal to 28. What is the value of b? Okay, if b is a constant, if this equation is linear, we know b is really the y-intercept. So we're just looking for the y-intercept. It's not given to us because the x value or the input would have to be 0, so we are going to plug this in and see what we get. So f of 7 is equal to 28. So 28 is equal to 4 times 7 plus b. 28 is equal to 28 plus b. B's cancel out, and b is equal to 0. So that would be answer choice A. Okay, question 9. Right triangles L, M, N, and PQR are similar, where L and M correspond to P and Q respectively. Angle M is 53 degrees. What is the measure of angle Q? So we know that M corresponds to Q. So if angle M is 53, angle Q is also going to be 53 degrees. That's just your geometric rules. Question 10. What is the equation of the line that passes through the point 0, 5 and is parallel to the graph of y is equal to 7x plus 4 in the xy plane? If we know they are parallel, we know that m is equal to the same, so same slope, m represents the slope. So if we write our y equals mx plus b equation, we know that y is equal to 7x, since m is equal to 7 in the first equation, plus b, which is our y-intercept. Now, instead of plugging in points, we are actually given our y-intercept, because remember, when x is 0, the y value is the y-intercept. So 7x plus 5 will give us our equation that is parallel to y equals 7x plus 4. And remember, if we directly compare these equations, they will never intersect, which is what makes them parallel, because they have the same slope and different y-intercepts. So remember, our answer is 7x plus 5. Question 11, which of the following equations is the most appropriate linear model for the data shown in the scatter plot? Okay, so let's just draw a line through the data points. Did that as straight as I could, so I know it's not very good, but it's asking for a linear model. So we're gonna pick 2 points, let's say right here, 0 and 10, and then we'll do right here at the end, which is 5.5. Try and write that a little cleaner. 5.5 and 0. So now we do our our slope formula, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which will give us 10 minus 0 over 0 minus 5.5, and this is equal to 10 over negative 5.5. If we multiply both sides by 2, we get 20 over 11, which is really equal to negative 20 over 11. And this is approximately negative 1.9. So with that said, we have y is equal to negative 1.9x plus b. Now we could plug in either of these points to find b. But looking at our graph, remember, instead of plugging in and wasting our time, we estimated that the y-intercept was around 10. But if we look at our answer choices, it's 10.1. So there's no need to plug in and solve when you can simply just put 10.1 as it's given in your answer choices. The only one or two answer choices that aren't 10.1 are negative, which is unrealistic because the only portion of the graph that's displayed has positive y values. So these are incorrect off the bat. Now, our other two options have a negative slope and a positive slope. It's going to be the one with the negative slope, which is answer choice B. Question 12, a model predicts that the population of Bergen was 15,000 in 2005. The model also predicts that each year for the next 5 years, the population P increases by 4% of the previous year's population. Which of the equation best represents this model, where x is the number of years after 2005 for x is less than or equal to 2005? Okay, remember, our base needs to be the amount we get when the year is 0. So, or sorry, our constant, not our base. So this is our formula. P is equal to our constant times base to the x. So now we get p is equal to, what do we need as our constant? 15,000, because that's our initial starting value. And then our base is going to be an increase of 4%. So it's not going to be 0.04. It's going to be 1 plus our percent change of 0.04 to the x. So p is equal to 15,000, 1.04 to the x, which is answer choice D. That's your answer. Question 13, the solution for the given system of equations is a comma b. What is the value of b? Okay, asking for the value of b, easiest way to do that is subtract the first equation from the second, and this is going to get rid of this. It's going to give you 4b is equal to 100, therefore b is equal to 25. So this is your answer. Super easy question if you approach it in the right way. The expression 90y to the fifth minus 54y to the fourth is equivalent to ry to the fourth times 15y minus 9, where r is a constant. What is the value of r? Okay, so if these are equivalent, we'll write an expression. So therefore 90 times y to the fifth minus 54y to the fourth is equal to 15 ry to the fifth minus 9 ry to the fourth. Okay, now for this, you can take two approaches. You can try setting these two equal to each other, or these two equal to each other. I'm going to go with the first one. So 90y to the fifth is equal to 15 ry to the fifth. The reason you can do this is because the constants before the variable will have the same value for each variable of a varying power. So with this said, the y to the fifths cancel out, and we get 90 is equal to 15r. R is equal to 90 divided by 15, and this gives you r is equal to 6. Okay, moving on. Question 15, the graph of y equals f of x is shown, where the function f is defined by f of x is equal to ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d, and a, b, c, and d are constants. For how many values of x does f of x equal 0? Okay, so it's asking for how many values do we have. F of x is equal to 0, that means x-intercepts. So that's when we cross the x-axis. So here we have 1, here we have 2, here we have 3. So for how many values of x? 3 values of x. Our f of x is equal to 0. We'll do 2 more questions and call it for the day. The area A in square centimeters of a rectangle cutting board can be represented by the expression W times W plus 9, where W is the width in centimeters of the cutting board. Okay. Which expression represents the length in centimeters of the cutting board? Okay, so if we're looking for the length, we know that the area is equal to length times width, and we know width is equal to W as represented in the equation. So the area in the equation is W plus 9. If we're looking for length, we're going to divide this equation by W, the width, and we're going to get the length is W plus 9, which is option choice D. Last question for the day. The given equation relates the distinct positive numbers p, k, and j. Which equation correctly expresses 4j plus 9 in terms of p and k? Okay, we need to rearrange this question. I'm going to write it out again for you. We need to multiply both sides by 4j plus 9. And we're going to get 4j plus 9 times p is equal to k. And what are we trying to isolate? We're trying to isolate 4j plus 9. So we're going to divide by P now. And if we look at our answer choices, this is going to be answer choice A. We're going to stop here for the day. I hope this session helped everyone here, and I really look forward to the next episode and hope you join me. I'll see you all then.